Welcome back to another episode of Full Circle with me, Onyx, where we talk about all things spiritual, magical, and I haven't decided how to end that. It's kind of about life coaching. So I don't really want to say evolution or evolving because the reality of it is we're already evolved. You are the source. All things magical, all things spiritual, all things supporting you on your journey. Maybe that's what we'll say as we co create this together. My audience, my viewers, and all the support on my own journey that gets reinterpreted for you. So, I want you to kind of think about having the relationships that you desire and looking back on relationships that you've had, whether that was just 5 minutes of a unfortunate encounter, a few seconds, or something that lasted longer, notice what kind of turned you off, what didn't work for you, what drained your energy, what made you confused. It's like someone throwing something in your brain and things slowed down and it just wasn't smooth. It just didn't feel good. Maybe you had body reactions. I know when I'm in situations that are uncomfortable, environments that don't support me, around people who don't support me, my body reacts with allergic reactions. I might have a skin breakout. I might have digestion issues and need to use the bathroom. I might feel uptight and bloated, pain. So your body is a beautiful, powerful sensory organism. It's like a glove that you get to wear and navigate in this dimension. So give your body some love. Now we can talk superficial and I can, be all happy about everything, but that's not the truth. The truth is pain, suffering happens, hardship happens, stuff happens, whether we create it or not, whether we fully understand we created it or not. Here we are. And everyone needs assistance, everyone needs help. And we got to do this together, you know? And we have to raise our vibration or shed the baggage, all that stuff that doesn't serve us. We have to let go, we have to detach. Sounds easy, but when you've personalized it, you've owned it, you've made it part of your life story, your script, you've built an identity around it, the identity around your pain, the identity. So think about it. You probably have an identity about your family. You might be the black sheep of the family, the runaway, the the supportive one, the one everyone goes to with all the answers. Whatever your story is, it affirms your identity. So having to let go of your identity and letting go of, so it's like there's a reinforcing problem here. If I let go of my story, I can't validate my identity. If I let go of my identity, I can't validate my story. So it's kind of like a loop. They support each other. Start telling good stories to support a new identity, since getting rid of your identity and getting rid of your story is very difficult for people. Some people really like history. They really like those stories. It keeps them bonded, you know. Who would we be if we forgot? Photo albums existed. Um, Biographies exist. History exists. So we can maintain and carry forward into the present moment and future a history, a biology, you could say, a code, uh, to bring you forward in remembrance, to bring you forward. Oh yeah, I left off on chapter 3. It's now time to read it, or now it's time to read chapter 4. So continuation, a progression. We want to mark our evolution. So a couple problems happen in self-transformation and healing. Some people want to throw away the identity completely, leave the body, leave the world of humanity, and that looks a lot like ghosting. It looks like a lot of ungroundedness, not being in your body. It looks like a whole bunch of love bombing, people who are in cults, people who kind of get brainwashed into hypnosis, a lot of escapism, a lot of erasing the identity. But the story hasn't been addressed. So we call that spiritual bypassing and whitewashing. The story is painful. It's for you to examine, it's for you to look through, and it's for you to make edits. So we throw the gold away. Your fear has the keys of power. So we got to face, the boogeyman. You have to face the darkness. It's all an illusion anyways. So it's a lot easier if you go in with that attitude. Like, okay. It's hard to see it's an illusion when you're so identified with it. So, yeah, there is some hard work. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell you just live in oneness and visualize and you're going to get all your desires and it's going to be happy. And we're going to say it's all God, and we're going to say it's all faith and belief, and we're going to call it law of attraction, and it's all love. Kinda, but that's kind of discrediting the truth of it. So we have to find balance, okay? Can't all be about your story, can't all about being analyzing it. Can't get too aggressive with it. I know a lot of people get too aggressive with their self-transformation. They get really aggressive about their meditation practice and their third eye opening. They get really aggressive, being vegan. They get really extreme right, extreme one. They get too extreme about it. And keep it. So I don't want you to be this or that. You're either happy and good or you're not. It's not black and white. It's not so narrow. There's, you're a full spectrum of emotions. You're a full spectrum of thoughts and experiences. So for some people who tend to live in the negative, it would be good to practice positivity. For those who are positive and who can feel the love, there's a level, okay, you know what that tastes like. Okay, you can summon love and joy and a sense of belonging and community. You're good at that, okay? You don't need to do more. That is not the ticket. That's not the golden ticket. Love is not the golden ticket. Love won't save your relationships. Love won't heal you, okay? But that's what everyone says. Just more love is going to do it. No. There's other things. Integrity, being your word, having a disciplined spiritual practice, changing your habits. So, positive emotions feel good. And yes, you can obtain a state of bliss 24 hours. You can also have peace 24 hours. But when we're being inclusive, like a circle, all those other emotions, all those other possibilities are there at the same time. You can be suffering and also be full of love. You can be disciplined. You can be focused. You can feel hardship. You can feel pain. You can feel this other stuff, but you don't have to stay there. Everything, all our emotions come and go. You know, it's like maybe you had a broken leg at one time, you know, and that really sucked. But you're not there now. Why carry that same pattern forward? Day to day, moment to moment. Give yourself permission. So a lot of people think the pendulum just works back and forth, but it moves forward and backwards, and it spins in circles too. So a lot of people, we call it growing old, getting rigid, narrow-minded, stuck in their ways. Their emotional range, their full expression gets narrowed down to maybe 6 colors, 3 primary and 3 secondary colors of emotion, of thoughts, of lifestyle habits and patterns. Did you know you can buy a watercolor palette that has like 24 colors? Why are you stuck with 6 basic colors? Why are you only using 3 out of the full palette of what life has to offer you? That's what I'm saying. So, I want you to explore emotions that you've never played with. Maybe you are afraid to be depressed. Maybe you are afraid to feel sadness, sorrow, regret. Maybe you're afraid to feel attachment. Maybe you're afraid to hold on. So for you to find balance, for you to discover the fullness of who you are, you might have to do a little shadow work. I'm not saying stay there, but I'm saying allow yourself to feel these other things too, to build more contrast, to build more perspective, to build more relatability, to not be so one-dimensional. Haven't you noticed humanity's kind of going through something where we're narrowing the scope to a tight little laser beam? So have you ever seen one of those flashlights that you can twist and it adjusts the focus to be like a wide, and it can be like a wide light, or you can twist it more and it gets narrow and focused and more extreme, kind of like a laser beam? That's kind of like what's happening. Or you can look at it like a full pie, okay? Imagine from the center, you know, you can slice it as many ways as you want, you know, 6, 8, 12, 24, 36 pieces of pie. Imagine each of those slivers. So the whole pie, that's everything existing. That's what New Agers call the 5th dimension, the field of possibilities where everything is simultaneously happening. Soon as you describe, mark out, pick and choose a slice of pie, doesn't matter how big or small it is. You pick that pie, that was you selecting your reality, choosing your timeline. That was you signing up, buying that ticket, and going on the roller coaster called your life, your experience. And that is your truth. A lot of people are just eating that piece of pie and they forget the rest of the pie in the tin. It's also there. The whole thing was made at once. All possibilities, all timelines, all versions of you, the fullness, the wholeness, the completeness, the totality of your infinite awesomeness is the whole pie. And you have been allowed yourself to only eat 1/16 of that pie. And that is your world. That is your limitation. That is your reality. And you are so much more. What is wrong with having another 16th? I think that makes an eighth. What is wrong with having a little more pie? Each slice, eventually I would like you to eat the whole pie and discover the fullness of you. But pretty soon, so imagine you only had that one slice and you thought that was all you were going to get. You would probably eat that one little piece of pie pretty slow. And you would savor it and you would think it was wonderful. And you'd be like, could I really just slow down and eat this? You'd be blown away if you got another little slice of pie. You'd be so grateful and appreciative, wouldn't you? And then, whoa, could anything beat that? You're the king. You've reached the pinnacle of your career. You know it all. You're so grand. Mind blown already. What? There's a whole nother slice, and a whole nother slice, and a whole nother slice. Whoa, that's a lot. Maybe I should really slow down and enjoy the adventure. Gosh, I could probably take a few lifetimes to eat that pie. So, our society has been narrowed down to ones and zeros, to yes, to no, to black, to white, to male, to female, to success and failure, wealth and poverty. The full spectrum is being kind of like deleted, and you're only given red and blue. Well, what happened to green and orange? What happened to purple and pink? All the other colors are being slowly taken out. And you're choosing by allowing it. And we're shocked. We're afraid. We're angry. We're resistant to the color orange and all these other colors. We've become estranged. We've forgotten what they look like. They could be this color that you've been away from so long, this emotion that you haven't felt for so long. It's like new territory. This abandoned part of you, this brilliant, wonderful, life-fulfilling, enriching flavor of you. You've lost the ability to sense it, to taste it, to smell it. How do you learn to eat another piece of pie? How is it that you learn to see another color? You've been working with 3 colors for so long. You were blown away when 3 more colors were added, that you were allowed, that you earned 3 more colors. Whoa. You thought love was the tops. You thought it was heaven. They told you love is heaven. They told you the ultimate was love. I'm here to tell you, no, it's not. That's why your relationships are failing. That's why you don't love yourself. That's why nobody loves themselves. It's been overrated. They told you that was the top, and it's actually the bottom of the bliss, the joy, the freedom, the appreciation, the gratitude. Yeah, love is there. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it's not the end all be all. It's not the purpose. Like, If it's all love, well, that just becomes as common as gravity. We're not saying, oh, I feel so blessed there's gravity. No one is saying, I really woke up and realized gravity is what it's all about. And, I'm done. I can retire now that I've solved and understood and live in gravity. Everyone else is like, yeah, no big deal. It's a constant. It's here on this planet. It's kind of like the only law, it's happening. That's like love. That's why everyone goes, what's wrong with me? Why isn't my life fixed? How come my relationship isn't working? I'm giving, giving, giving. I'm saying all the right things. I'm doing all the right things, all these gestures that mean love. I doubt my boyfriend loves me. I ask him every day. God, my girlfriend asks me all the time, do I love her? And I say, yes. Do I love you? And I say, yes. And because love doesn't solve things. Love isn't the solution. You are. What? You are the solution. You have to understand, my dear friends, future children, future parents, you have to understand. I'm doing this for myself. If I have to be reincarnated, I am not going to have my caretakers ruin my life at such an early age again and again and again because they can't understand some simple things. Like, you are the source. Like, there's so much to discover about ourselves, about humanity. Everyone, haven't you noticed? Scientists think humans have reached the fullness of their physiological evolution. Therefore, we must transform into some techno creature, cyborg thing, launch ourselves into space to grow, trapped on a prison planet. We've the end is the beginning. The beginning is the end. Hello. It's not true. There is a universe within. There's untapped resources, untapped landscapes. The adventure is just beginning. It's not all external. There's so much power. There's so much energy inside of you. Not just your physical shell, not just your mind, not just your emotions. We don't even know. We don't have words for it. That's what I'm saying. So, coming into full circle, into wholeness, into completeness, into the realization of the singularity, that which you belong to, that which you are, of infinite potential, of 0 point, all these cool thoughts and ideas that describe all this coolness. This is an invitation to step out of your narrow-mindedness, to stop painting with just 2 or 3 colors, to get that bigger palette so you can have 24 colors and you can blend and mix and make 36 to 84, whatever. Give yourself that allowance, that permission. You're not going to find your cure to your healing all in your history. By examining your broken childhood, by examining what's wrong with humanity, there's a point where you have to put it down, take a break, go outside, get some sunlight. There's a point where you're allowed, to discover new horizons. What we need isn't just technology. What we need isn't just science. They're not our saviors. They're not the cure. Therapy isn't the cure. You can't find it all in one source. Religion isn't the cure. Your belief system isn't the cure for something that's not broken, something that's not wrong. Now, so we can use technology, we can use science, we can use therapy, we can use religion, we can use spirituality, we can use friends, families, loved ones, gurus. We can use it all to help fill in some of the blanks. But can we entertain the idea that you're actually perfect just the way you are, that things are going according to plan? It's coming from a greater mind, and it's not distant and you're not separated from it, but you belong to it. You're an extension of it, you're a part of it. And so maybe we can relax. Maybe we can turn inward or tune in and feel the truth pulsating through the currents of life that beat your heart and beat your lover's heart. Maybe you can tune in to the waves of consciousness, that are turning the record of our mind, making thoughts available to us. Maybe you can melt in and stop resisting that, yes, you are here. Yes, this is really happening. When we really look at it, people aren't really accepting this is happening. It's really happening, you guys. You're having this experience. You're alive, whatever. Here you are. It's so awesome and kind of, by contrast, so ordinary. Let's take a chill pill and relax. Some of you need to rest. You need to really let your brain rest. Your brain isn't designed to figure it all out. That's why you can give it a rest. Fortunately, you have intuition. Fortunately, the truth of existence is being beamed to you, being broadcast universal wide. We are in creation. We're not outside of it. You don't have to reach for it. It's already here. It's in the cells of your body. It's in the tree. It's flowing. Everything's connected. In fact, it doesn't even need a connection because it's all within it. We've never left the womb of creation. You're not outside of it. You're within it. Your body is within your soul, they like to say. You don't have to go far. You don't have to reach. You can relax now. Surrender. Get comfortable in your body. Take a chill pill. Have a mini vacation. Here you are. Soften. Surrender. Relax. Become flexible. Drop the seriousness. Drop the intensity, the forcefulness, the do or die energy, the striving, the struggle. So you're like a hand and you're holding on to this, you're trying to grasp it. You're trying to grasp it You're trying to grasp it. You're really trying, concentrating hard. You're going to get there. You're going to solve your problems. You're going to get that relationship. You're going to win, whatever it is, right? We've all done it. And then the teacher says, open up your hand. And now the blood starts flowing to your fingers and it's softened. And now you can use your fingers for other things, like grasping the truth, like receiving what you need. So, under the assumption that we're taught very backwards in life, that we do a lot of things very backwards, upside down, and inside out. So it's counterintuitive. It goes against the programming to relax, to trust, to surrender. This radical acceptance creates a door right out of your problems. But that's not fair, right? You want to feel like you earned it. No. Life can be that easy. Now that I've told you, you can create a magical door by stop resisting. The stuff that you're resisting can now flow through, and it's like a bridge, like an arch. The water can go through and under. It's not building up pressure like a dam. So you've been damming yourself. You've been building up pressure inside, having anxiety, worrying. Then you feel drained, the opposite effect of all that. You feel like death is at your door. You've been fighting the good fight because you're good enough, right? Trying to prove it because you're trying to save love, save lives, whatever it is. You got a cause. I'm saying there's another way to get what you want. I want to help you out. Don't work harder, work smarter, right? And it's called total allowance, total acceptance and surrender. You're going to let life be life. You're going to let other people be other people. You're going to give them the opportunity to think and figure things out for themselves. You're not going to be responsible for others. You're going to make a wise choice. You're going to relax. Enjoy this moment. There's really not much you can do about it. And then